Hi guys, how are you all? I'm here with one more inspiring story. A story of silent passion, forgotten beauty, and an artist who painted not for fame, but for the soul of the world. The Invisible Painter. Chapter 1. The Man Who Walked Alone. At the edge of a remote village called Varnapura, nestled between rolling hills and ancient trees, lived a quiet old man named Ravi. He was not a man of many words. His clothes were faded, his house small, and his meals simple. But what made Ravi different was what he carried in a ragged cloth satchel every morning: brushes, colors, and his heart. No one really understood Ravi. The village children called him Uncle Colors, and the adults often said, "He's harmless, just a little odd." He rarely painted in public. Instead, he would wake before dawn, pack his things, and vanish into the forest nearby. People assumed he just wandered or wasted time painting useless things. He never sold his art, never asked for praise, never even showed anyone what he created. To most, Ravi was invisible. Chapter 2. Forest of Colors. But deep in the forest, where no one dared to go, Ravi was a king. Not of people, but of imagination. There in silence, he painted dreams onto the skin of nature. A dry tree stump became a golden elephant carrying the moon. A flat rock turned into a swirling galaxy. Fallen leaves wore butterflies, eyes, stories. He never signed his work. He never took credit. And yet, his paintings had a strange magic to them. They didn't fade. Even after rain, wind, and sun, the colors remained as if the forest itself protected them. Sometimes he spoke to the trees. "No one might see this, but I hope the world feels better, even a little, because it exists." Chapter 3. The years go on. Years passed. Children who once called him Uncle Colors grew up and forgot. Ravi grew older, slower. His hands trembled and his walks became shorter. But he never missed a single day in the forest. Villagers continued with their lives. Festivals came and went. Roads were built, mobile towers stood tall, and slowly the old ways faded. Except for Ravi. He still painted. Quietly, faithfully, invisibly. Chapter 4. The Storm and the Silence. One monsoon season, a storm unlike any before hit Varnapura. Trees collapsed, rivers overflowed, and landslide isolated the village. Roads were blocked, food grew scarce, and panic spread. Days turned into a week. The forest path was lost beneath debris, and Ravi disappeared. Some assumed he'd gone to the city, others thought he was lost. But no one searched. After all, he had always been alone. It was only when a group of children, too restless to stay inside, wandered into the edge of the forest that something changed. Chapter 5. Discovery. The children gasped. The forest wasn't grey or destroyed. It was alive. Colors danced from tree to tree. Every corner glowed. They found birds painted onto rocks that seemed ready to fly. A broken tree trunk had become a staircase into the sky. Even fallen leaves had messages. Beauty exists even in silence. You are not forgotten. Even unseen kindness leaves light. They ran back to the village screaming with excitement. Soon, people of all ages poured into the forest, guided by curiosity and wonder. And there in the heart of the forest, they found Ravi's last painting. A tall tree, half burnt by lightning, painted with a phoenix rising from its ashes. Below it were his final words. "Not all seeds bloom in gardens. Some bloom in silence. and still change the world. Chapter 6. The Return of Color. Ravi had passed away quietly, perhaps under the tree he painted last. No one knew exactly when or how, but suddenly he was no longer invisible. The forest was turned into an open art sanctuary. His home became a museum of unseen masterpieces. Artists from cities and countries far away visited to see what one forgotten man had created, not for fame, but for faith in beauty. The children grew up telling stories of the invisible painter who gave the forest its soul. Every year, on the day of his passing, villagers walk silently into the forest and paint something. Anything. A flower, a name, a thought. Not to be seen or shared, just to be part of the light Ravi once left behind. Ravi never saw his name in lights. He never made money, never gave speeches, never received awards. But he did something far greater. He reminded a world drowning in noise that some beauty doesn't need an audience, only intention. And sometimes the most invisible people leave behind the brightest colors. Moral of the story. You don't have to be seen to matter. Art, kindness, and love, even when unrecognized, shape the soul of the world. Stay true to what lights you up inside. Someday, it might light someone else's darkness. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories.